All right. To write exponential equations, the book actually tells us to how to do them manually. But for chapter 7, we're really just going to use the calculator. So that's why I have just the calculator up on this video today. And so basically what you're going to do is you're going to click the Stat button and you're going to go to Edit and go ahead and put in your points here. For your points, all the X values go in the L1 list and all the Y values go in the L2. Make sure that when you enter them, you enter every point because it's a scatter plot and you want to know what the scatter plot represents. So what the equation that the scatter plot represents. You want to put in all the points. Okay, so what you'll end up doing is you'll go back to Stat once you've entered your points. You'll go over to Calculate and then scroll down or arrow down and find for a exponential model, they're asking for an exponential equation or a function. They might use, any test or quiz might use those words, model, function, or equation. And so if it says exponential, I'll go to expreg, press enter a few more times till I get to calculate, and then it'll show me the formula, y equals a times b to the x. Now, I can actually write the formula, y equals a, so here's the a, there's the b, 3, and the b we're going to round to 3 decimal places, so it'd be 1.732. Notice that if anything asks you to solve for y, you plug in x, but you have to remember PEMDAS. You would have to multiply or use the exponent, so b to whatever the x is, and then you multiply everything by a. Okay, don't do a times b and then to the exponent. That won't work. It'll make it wrong. Okay, so this is finding an exponential equation. Make sure you write the whole thing out. We've done this before with quadratics and linear, so this is actually just a repeat of what we've done before. It's really nothing new except for the fact that you're just doing a different equation, and in this case the x is in the exponent. All right, let's do this again. So for Stat, we're going to go back to Edit. And so we're going to go back to Edit, and this time we're going to again put in the X values and the Y values. I've actually changed these values this time. I know that I'm not doing a quadratic, but we are doing a power model. And so basically a power model is kind of like a quadratic, but in a quadratic equation the number for the exponent is 2. In this case, we're looking for what the number in the exponent would be. So you're going to have, it's going to be like a quadratic where you say x squared, but we're going to find out what that squared is going to change. So let's go over to the Stat and go down to Calculate. I'm going to, again, scroll down. And instead of expreg, which is what I'm on right now, I'm going to go one more, and that's going to give me power reg. Don't use quad because we're not doing quadratics. Watch and see what we get here. So if you press enter and go to, you're going to get a times x to the b. Remember the last one was a times b to the x, and that was an exponential. But in this case, a times x to the b tells me that the b is 1.58, not quite 2. So it's not quite a quadratic, but it is a power model. When they ask for power model, they're wanting to know the power equation or function. And again, I'm just going to plug the 3 in for the a, 1.585, I'm going to round to 3 decimal places in the b. And if they ask me to solve for y, again, I'm going to put my number in for x, I'm going to take it to the b, which is the exponent, and after I do that calculation, then I'm going to multiply by a. Remember PEMDAS. That's really it for this video because we've looked at this before. We know how to use the stat function. It's just 2 new equations, and that's really all you have to do. So try the assignment and let me know if you have any questions.